guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing super well. So this video is my December plan with me, and thank goodness I'm actually getting up on time so you guys have some inspiration for your own bullet journal. I decided to keep it pretty simple this month because I do have a lot of other videos that I wanted to make and just work on some other projects as well, so it's not like my usual length video this time around, but I did want to keep it really minimal and just get like the main spreads in. I decided to do a cloud theme, which I have never done in any of my bullet journals before, and I ended up using two different marker brands. I used ARTEZA and Ohuhu markers, and I will be sure to link those in the description if they still have them, and I got them from Amazon. I mentioned in my last video how versatile these markers are, especially the Ohuhu ones, because they have so many different shades, so many different colors. So if you guys wanted to see how I use them in my last video, then I will be sure to link that in the description too. So I just sketched out some cloud art and I used Pinterest for some inspiration as usual, and I had just kept the sketch really minimal because the markers would have covered any like small details that I added in the sketch anyway. So I kept that really simple and took out a bunch of like purples, dark and light. I did 3 cloud pieces for this bullet journal theme, but I'm only showing you guys one right here, but you'll see the other 2 when I'm setting up the spreads. So with the markers, I pretty much laid down all my flat colours first, because I then went on to use the ARTEZA blending marker to blend the colours together once I was happy with the colours that I had down. And I also used the blending marker to lighten some of the clouds as well. I wanted some sections to be a little bit lighter than what they already were. And just quickly, I used watercolour paper. I used some different shades to add some shadows, but I also ended up using the same shade on top of the first layer of colour to create shadows, because the colours layer on top of each other so well, so you don't always have to look for a darker shade to add shadows, if that makes sense. Then I used a really dark shade to colour the rest of the sky in. At first I did leave some purple in some areas of the sky, but I decided to cover those because I couldn't quite blend them exactly how I wanted to blend them. But I really love how the print turned out, and it's actually really calming to look at. So moving on to the working spreads, I cut out all of the prints using my little Amazon guillotine thing. I'll link that if you guys want to check that out as well. And I also made some elements on black dot grid paper, including the calendar, my monthly summary and my goals. So for my cover page, I did my monthly summary on the left as usual, and put one of the cloud prints on the right side, and then added some lettering using one of my ARTEZA Fineliners. And then I always add a border around my spreads because I think it just ties them together so nicely. And I actually put little stars in the corner, which I hope you guys can see, because I didn't film myself doing them because it was so tiny that my hand was mostly covering it up anyway. onto my calendar spread. I cut out the calendar that I made. I used a white jelly roll to write the dates and do the lines and everything, and then I also used another one of my little cloud prints to add some decoration to the top of the calendar spread. And then on the right side I did my goals and to-do list. So if you watched my last plan with me, you would have seen that I did goals and to-do list on the same page, because I stated that I knew exactly what my goals were and they were kind of carrying over from the last couple of months, so I didn't need to like waste a whole spread for those two spreads separately. And it actually really helped me add in those two things together, because the majority of my to-dos link really nicely with my goals. And then for my last two spreads I added space for content, and then on the right side I added my final cloud print, and this one has a street lamp on it and I think it's really cute. And then underneath that I wrote love and light. I didn't add any habit trackers this month, and I haven't for the last couple of months, and this is what I love about bullet journaling and will continue to really enjoy, is that you can just tailor it so well to each individual. So whereas a few months ago I would absolutely have to have a habit tracker in there, but these last few months I have not needed to track any of my habits. And if there are any habits that I would like to track or something that I need to remind myself to do, I have just been adding it to like my weekly spreads, but I definitely haven't had enough habits to make a whole spread for it. And more recently I've just been adding like a lot of random spreads as well, so I have space for that. So here is the final flip through. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and can take some inspiration from it for your December plan or any like future plans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you guys in my next one.